If you've never joined us before, we are retirees. We came to the Villages, which is a small town, well, it's not that small anymore, in Central Florida back in 2018. So we're coming up on our 6-year anniversary. The 30th of November is when we closed on this house. We kind of fell into this, having fun, telling people all about our life here and trying to help newcomers, which is what we go by, the newcomers, learn how to navigate their way through this new experience.
Yeah. We tell about the fun things we get to do here in Florida, and it's an outpour of love.
Well, in our 6th year, you can imagine we get questions over and over and over, but our viewership, except for you hardcore, wonderful people that have been with us the whole time, and we love you, and we know you by name.
Yeah.
We have to repeat some of these questions, and so some of you are probably going like, good Lord, how many times do I have to hear? It's because we get a turnover on the viewership. On today's show, what to do about a neighbor that neglects his yard.
Is the Villages magical?
Are villagers miserable?
Can you put a storage shed in your backyard?
We'll have an Ask Amy and a brand new bubble wrap.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. It's that time of year again when love bugs are flying around and getting plastered on the front of your car. I'm Peter Bernard. On this week's Bubble Wrap, I'm going to tell you if they're dangerous and how to get them off your car.
Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
Hey, thanks to everybody that watched our live show Wednesday night. We've stopped doing a Thursday morning show, and we're bringing you little features here and there. In fact, we put one out Saturday morning. Do you remember that one? It was about parking your golf cart. We've been talking about golf cart safety and multimodal paths and all that sort of thing. You can go to districtgov.org to find out more information about that. There's a graphic on the screen that you can see exactly what we're talking about. A lot of information at districtgov.org, all the way to what the bonds cost and your payouts, multimodal paths, lots of rules and regulations, and you can find out so much at districtgov.org.
We sure would like to see pictures of you on our t-shirts, so send us a picture of you sporting our beautiful t-shirts.
Yeah, we're going to do a video, and we've gotten quite a few submissions already, but I know there are lots and lots and lots more of you that have beautiful pictures of you and your beautiful shirts. So send those in, and we're going to compile a musical video, and you can be the star. We can also use some new questions. Like I said, after 6 years, we've had a lot of questions go out there. So if you have one, write it in to us. It can be about anything Villages related, about Central Florida related, about retirement. Hey, we're not experts. We tell you that all the time. Always verify everything we say, especially if it's about money or taxes or property or anything like that. But send us those questions, or you can send a comment, and we'd be glad to use it. You might remember last week, I gave you a graphic, there it is on the screen, about satellites and how there are over 11,000 of them up there at any one time. Well, Dick Stovall wrote in and gave me a little more information, and I found it interesting, and I thought you would too. He said when Elon Musk launches Starlink satellites from the Kennedy Space Center, there can be as many as 23 satellites on board. When released into orbit, they can be seen flying overhead like ducks in a row. I had the privilege of observing them early one morning. The satellites have a 5 to 7 year old lifespan and then fall out of orbit. They burn up in the atmosphere and look like a shooting star. Thank you, Dick, for sending that. It's just amazing. And like we told you folks, we love to go out on our porch when we know there's going to be a launch, especially at night, and watch that orange fireball go up in the sky. It's really neat. It's one of the bonuses of living here in Florida.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Hey, remember that couple that was lost last week? We showed a picture of them out west. Well, they weren't really lost. They were out there on vacation, but they sent us this follow-up.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. This is Kelly and Melanie. We're from North Carolina, originally New Jersey, but currently we're in Utah at Forrest Gump Point. This is an interesting place. There, as you can see in the background there, people get out on the road and try to copy the footage from the movie Forrest Gump. this is where he was running, and he decided he was tired and he was going to go home. And it's interesting. We're going to be in the village of Galuna for the month of January.
We hope to see you.
We'll see you when we get there. But for now, we're tired and we're going to go home. Okay.
See ya.
Have a good one. See y'all later.
I remember that exact spot from the Forrest Gump movie.
You do?
Yeah, when he decided to come home.
Aww.
I think that's what they did too, so thank you. A reminder for everybody that your subscriptions make this all possible, so please subscribe to us on YouTube. YouTube has an algorithm, and they don't promote our channel unless it's an active channel. And the more people that subscribe, the more active it is. So please hit that subscribe button. It helps us. We had several emails this week that said they're not seeing our videos in their feed anymore because YouTube, I guess, has thought, well, not that many people are subscribing, so we're going to cut that down. So if you want to see more of our videos, please subscribe. Let's get things rolling with this viewer video question.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. My name is Mark. My wife Julie and I have moved into a new songbird in Moultrie Creek. My question is, in your Premier Homes episode, you showed a home with a front yard fountain. I love front yard water features. Would you be able to show us some more? Thanks, and we'll see you around the villages.
Mark, that's beautiful, the one behind you. You're leaving that at home? We had a nice one, didn't we?
We did. I love water features. I love the sound of that water rippling around. Oh my goodness.
We had a koi pond. It was 22 feet by 22 feet, so it was quite massive. And we had a nice, maybe 12 or 15 foot long waterfall that would trickle down into there. And we loved it. We left it back there in Indiana, of course. Honestly, Mark, we don't see that many water features here.
No, not too many.
A lot of people have a sculpted fountain, you know, the ones like you buy on the roadside, you past the concrete stores.
Yeah.
Something like that, and you can see water, but nothing really big. And I'm not sure how something store-bought would fit into the village's deed restrictions.
Yeah.
But we will keep an eye out when we're out on our cart rides, and if we see any, we will take some shots and show you. And congratulations on moving down to Moultrie Creek.
Jen and Bill write this question. We're moving to the villages next summer. My husband thinks he wants a fruit tree, orange, a grapefruit, or maybe a lemon in our yard. Are they allowed in the villages? Well, that is a definite yes. We have seen fruit trees in the villages. I remember picking a few lemons when we first got here, and boy, those lemons were huge. We thought they were grapefruits. They were monstrous. And we have seen lime trees. Haven't seen too many orange trees for sure, but you can plant a fruit tree.
Yeah, the thing about fruit trees, when they drop their fruit, if you pick it up, you're good. A full-size tree will produce a massive amount of fruit, and you'll have critters in your yard.
Yeah.
That's the rumor anyway. We don't know anybody that's been bothered by it.
Yeah.
But like she said, we went to a place where they were all over the ground. The lady there said, pick all you want. And they were dropping in. Some of them were getting, you know how they turn brown and soft, and you get those sandhill cranes in there and all those things probably eating them.
Yeah. Yes, you definitely can have fruit trees.
We have a couple anonymous questions today, and I'm going to give you an anonymous answer today. This one asks, we're fairly new to the villages, a little over 2 months, and we have a few snowbirds living next and across from us. The question is, the one that lives next to us does get their lawn maintained, except for the weeds. They're quite overgrown. I'm not talking about a few weeds here and there, but a lot. I don't want to be that person to complain, but what can I do? What's your opinion? Okay. You are in a sticky wicket. What?
Yeah, I think so.
But the answer is simple. I mean, you're probably like me. You'd like to go over and just pull them for him, and so you don't have to look at them. But you really can't do that. So your only recourse is to call that neighbor, find out who it is, and talk to him on the phone and say, hey, good neighbor, your yard looking pretty good except for those weeds. They're gigantic and they're quite an eyesore. Can you get a landscape service to come over there and take care of those? And they either will or they won't. Make a note that you called them when you called them, and then you can always call deed compliance, and there's nothing at all wrong with doing that. You spent a ton of money on your house. your neighbors should care about what your view looks like. You know, we do. I would be mortified if I thought that I was presenting an eyesore to the neighbors.
I'm not sure I would tell the neighbor. I think I'd go straight to deed compliance because what you know he's going to say? F you! He's going to be so upset. Don't put that on the air. But you know what I'm saying? If you go next door and you say, hey, pick up your weeds.
Well, he's a snowbird.
He's
a snowbird. You call him on the phone.
Oh.
And you say, you know, you've tried to do it without embarrassing him by going to the authorities.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This has been a really choppy answer because she's using a lot of profanity. But hopefully I've got it all, you know, joined together good. First call them, work it out. If you can't call them, go to deed compliance. And I said anonymous would be the answer because I like the anonymous deed restriction business. We know of a case, in fact, I know of two, where someone reported an eyesore like that, and they were met with some hatred after that.
Yeah.
And so it's not a good thing. I just think that a rule is a rule. If they break the rule, you report it. You haven't done anything wrong. They're the ones that did something wrong. Mm-hmm. I may be in the minority on that, but that's the way I feel about it.
This next question is from Diane. I am needing some info about shuttle services from the villages to an airport. My friend and I will be visiting friends in the villages the first week in February of 2025. We have an early flight home on Friday morning. Are there any shuttle services in the villages that will take guests to the airport, Tampa? I would love to see you when I get there.
Diane, there is no per se shuttle service that goes to Tampa that we know of. But there are plenty of private services that will take you. I can't think of the names of them, and we don't endorse any particular one, but you can look up car service or chauffeur service, and probably it'll cost you more than $100 to go, and they'll take you right where you want to go, pick you up at your home and take you. We use the airport in Orlando, MCO, and it used to be Workman, but now it's Groom. They've combined. They will pick you up at your home as well. Or they have a direct shuttle to the airport that leaves from Brownwood or Sumter, and you can do it that way. But you probably have to take a private carrier, and there are plenty of them. I see them every day on Nextdoor and in the newspaper. It's time for Bubble Wrap.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. It's love bug season. If you've been in Florida for any length of time, you already know about them, and you know that they get plastered on your car, and they can be a mess. They can actually etch your paint. I'll tell you how to take care of them on this week's Bubble Wrap. There are all kinds of stories about how love bugs got to Florida. One of them is they're an experiment at the University of Florida that went haywire. To set the record straight, that's not true. And also for the record, they are actually flies. This is how you see them after they've been walloped by a car bumper. Love bugs actually migrated up the coast, and in Florida, twice a year, usually May and September, the adults emerge and seek out a mate. What you see are a male-female pair in the mating process. They usually hang out for about a month. They're attracted to car engines and can make them run hot. They can reduce visibility at windshields, and most of all, their bodies secrete an acid that can damage your paint. Love bugs are actually attracted to exhaust fumes and vibrations. To reduce the love bug's damage, it's important to wash them off as soon as possible. A damp cloth and a microfiber cloth does the trick. Longtime Floridians swear by dryer sheets. Wet it down, wipe them off. You'll want to use your microfiber cloth to remove the remnants of the softener. Some rely on a mild dishwasher detergent. Use sparingly. The good news is they don't bite and they don't pose a threat to people, but boy are they a pest.
The good news is in a few weeks all the love bugs will be gone. In the meantime, get them off your bumper so your car looks good and the paint doesn't get damaged. I'm Peter Bernard, and that's this week's Bubble Wrap.
Thank you, Peter. We've done a couple of shows where we talked about love bugs because they can make a mess of your vehicle. And you've given some good information there. And folks, don't worry, it'll be over soon. It lasts a week or two. And frankly, the spring was not bad at all, was it?
No.
Looks like the fall might be just as bad or worse than the spring. But yeah, thank you, Peter, for some more good advice. It's time for Pet of the Week.
Hi, I'm Tiki the Fur Bearer, also known as Princess Fluffy Pants. My talents include singing, Happy Birthday to,
Sit.
and performing tricks.
Good girl. Turn. Good. All right, give me 5. Good. Turn. Good girl.
I lived in California and worked as a model for several years, perfecting my poses over time. One of my favorites is my Marilyn Monroe stance. I love athletics, playing ball, foosball, and my favorite game, Patty Paws. I also love watching The Lion King, flowers, working out, Star Wars, and my daddy. Christmas is my favorite holiday, with all the tissue paper and ornaments I can get my paws on. I help my mom by sorting through her sock drawer, and even fashion my own Murphy bed from the kitchen towel drawer. I'm a bit of a mysterious kitty, but I take my work and coffee breaks seriously. From kittenhood, I've enjoyed napping in giant bowls, but now I'll sleep whenever or wherever I get the chance, especially since I retired in the villages.
How about that?
Cute little kitty cat.
Princess Fluffy Pants. And that's the first cat that I believe we've had on Pet of the Week. So thank you. And what a great job of narration. That was fun. So thank you so much for doing that. We appreciate you very much. If any of you have a pet that you think is worthy of being our Pet of the Week, film that show and do it landscape, about a minute long, and you can get it to us, no problem. We will be glad to feature your pet. Tell us all about them, what they like to do, how fun they are, where you got them, what special talents they have. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
This is another question. It's signed, but it's only signed Boston, Massachusetts. And it says, you talk about the villages like it is magical. There's nothing special about it. I know why you're doing it. Misery loves company. Well, this really tugs on me when I get questions like this, because I want to give them my, how you have a loud voice and a quiet voice. I want to give them my loud voice answer, but I'll give them my quiet voice answer. Is that obviously you've never been to the villages, because you know that I don't know a single miserable person here. And as far as being magical, you'll never find a place that I don't think where as many people are having a good time. And I'm not talking about liquor and drinking and all that sort of thing. I'm just talking about living life, driving their golf carts, playing cards, going to play pickleball, swimming with your friends, going out to eat a good meal. Yeah, this place is fun. And for us, it has been magical. We have loved it, and we still love it after 6 years. So as far as misery loving company,
Who's miserable?
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, we don't know anybody that's miserable. Although I think that it seems to me that anybody that would write a letter like that might be miserable.
The next question is from Mary Arroyo. I am wondering, are you allowed to add a small storage shed in the backyard if you have a veranda or courtyard villa with a fence due to limited indoor storage space? That is a no. There are no sheds allowed in your yard. Now, if you have a bird cage, you're welcome to put a storage unit there, because no one really can see what's in it.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah.
Let's be like Bill Clinton here.
Okay.
What is a storage shed? Are you talking about an outbuilding or a little closet?
That's a great question. She didn't say.
We have a Rubbermaid little thing in our garage.
Yeah.
It has 2 doors on it that opens and we keep stuff in it.
Right.
But technically we wouldn't be allowed to put that outside.
No.
But we know people that have courtyard villas or veranda homes where they can put something and no one can see it. That's like the tree falling in the forest. Does it even make a sound?
Mm-hmm. But
That makes sense.
But if you go to deed restrictions, they will say no shed or no outbuildings at all in your yard. So look at your deed restrictions for sure.
And you have to have it checked, because they will make you remove it if somebody reports it. If nobody reports it, you're good to go. But I'm always confused about the deed compliance area, because I know of a couple of detached garages. And is that a shed? Wouldn't that be a shed? But they built a little breezeway from their house. You know, they put a little roof connecting them. Does that make it legal?
No.
I don't know. It did, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, everything has to go through the deed compliance office. So just take care of that with the ARC, the Architectural Review Committee, beforehand. And they'll either say yes or no. If they say no and you put it up anyway, nobody will ever know unless you get reported, and then they'll make you take it down. And if you don't, they'll fine you. And that's what they would do to that fellow with the weeds a while ago too.
Yeah.
If you do report it and they do tell him to take care of those weeds and he doesn't do it, they will start putting a daily fine on that until I should have said that with the other answer.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll cut that and put it over with but with it and have it in that answer too.
There you go.
It's like a 2-for-1.
Twofer. And I'm crying already. Okay. All right. And I'm not drunk.
Okay.
Something was up in my lip and it came down. I went, oh my, it hurts food. It was a cookie. Is the Villages magical? Only 4 words and I can't even do it.
We've been recording 5 minutes and 15 seconds now, and we're still on the beginning. Because I don't like those big pauses I use while I try to let my brain catch up with my mouth.
But I'm spitting out answers and not even getting the right answer.
Yeah, but I don't want it blocking your pretty face.
Oh.
We're not wearing pants. Look, see how it's only going a little bit over? Hey!
Please make yourself a note to make yourself take a picture of yourself. That doesn't make any sense. Your brain got talking too fast. Why did you do that?
Huh?
Why did you do that?
Because it's Tampa Airport they want to go to. Roger writes, I enjoy your videos and all the helpful information. We're moving to the Villages the end of October and we have a small dog. So I assume we need to get a dog license. Can you shed some light on what license registration we need and where to get it? Roger, we never got a license, but what we did do each year was get Gizmo vaccinated, at which point they give him a dog tag. So I'm assuming that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
They need proof that your dog has been treated for rabies.
Right.
So,
or your pet, your cat, your dog, or they even said your ferret.
Yeah. Make sure that you have your ferret vaccinated.
Time for the word jumble.
Well, last week, you guys were pretty good at it. I took a little bit of criticism from people that said, hey, why don't you make them all about the Villages? Well, we already talked about that. We're trying to appeal to a worldwide audience. So that's why we're trying to make things that anybody can get and have fun with it. So here we go. Last week, the clue was frustration, relatives, or a traffic jam might even cause high blood pressure. The answer was high blood pressure. 3 words. Today's clue, a very simple clue, the final decision. The final decision. Remember, if you know the answer, let us know you know it. Be clever, be witty, and we'll tell you the answer next week.
It's time for sweet and salty. Our sweet comment today comes from Christy Moore. Hello from coastal North Carolina. You two are amazing. I watch every episode. Keep up the great job. I'm a retired kindergarten teacher after 38 years, hoping for a lifestyle visit this summer. Well, congratulations. 38 years of teaching kindergarten. That's great. I know what you've been going through, but thank you so much for watching our videos.
Yeah, and tell your husband Dinty hello for us. Here's our salty. It's a lot like that other one I read earlier. But this one is from Zephyrin. It really is. The Villages seem to attract a certain personality type, such as those that have a need to keep living as though they're still in high school. Growing up does not mean acting old. It merely means to be a stable, peaceful life. And the villages are known for having STD and STI clinics. This place sounds as though it is an old hippie commune, no different than the 1960s. No thanks. Zephyrin, you've never been here, have you? Another one of these people that write critical letters that have never been here.
Sounds like he does a lot of listening to rumors.
Yeah, and I don't even know what an STD clinic is. Do you? Have you seen any? Have you been to one? We don't know what that is. Like we told the fellow earlier from Boston, it's nice here. And if you think people act like they're young, it's because they feel good.
We do.
And we're very sympathetic to people that don't feel good, because once you have health problems, we understand why you're not out using a zip line or playing pickleball or whatever. But as long as people feel healthy, they're out having a good time, you got to know that keeps you younger, Zephyrin. And that's what it's all about, feeling good, staying active. Motion is lotion. It's time for Ask Amy.
So what is a healthcare surrogate? So in Florida, our healthcare surrogate designation is the person we've appointed to make our medical decisions. Other states may call it a healthcare power of attorney, a healthcare proxy, but in Florida, we call it a healthcare surrogate. So you would name someone to make your medical decisions, and then we also recommend that you name a successor. So if the primary person that you name is unavailable, maybe they've predeceased you, or maybe they're just incapacitated, we're going to want to make sure that that successor is named and that they have proof of why the primary person is not able to act. You also want to make sure that you're discussing your healthcare needs and your wishes with the people that you name so that they're on the same page with you, that they understand quality of life and what you would want in certain situations, because the healthcare surrogate document itself does not identify what you want done in certain medical situations. It's just allowing you to name someone to have access to your information and to make all of your medical decisions. So definitely make sure that you have a designation of healthcare surrogate part of your estate plan.
Amy, thank you. Once again, our viewers just love that legal advice. We don't ever give legal advice because, heck, we don't know anything. But thank you for being available for our people. And if you have something you want to ask her, send it in, and we'll forward it over. But so nice of her to take time to do that. And Audra, too. Audra is with us quite a bit, and just a great company.
It's time for entertainment.
I know you're going to talk about what's coming up.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about what's already come up. We went, what was it, Friday night? To see Doobie and Diamond. I was calling him Doobie and Diamond, but it's not. He's French. It's Doobie. It's got a little thing there. What is that?
I want to say schwa.
An accent mark.
An accent mark.
Accent mark. Right there, Doobie and Diamond. They're dueling vocalists, and they did at the Sharon, which is just a gorgeous venue if you ever get a chance to go there. But they did lots of impersonations of singers. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, they're both really good. But that Doobie, he could do Barbara Streisand. He could do Celine Dion.
His range of octaves was amazing.
Really a good show. If you get a chance to see him, if they come back, it would be a good show to see.
Excellent.
Very, very good. I had a good time. I actually shook hands with him after it was over, and I just asked him, I said, how do you do that? And he goes, I don't know.
He's gifted for sure.
He sure is. And I want to thank Alan and Jane Van Splinter for those tickets.
Yeah.
We hadn't planned on going to that until about 3 or 4 weeks ago. They contacted us and said that they had a prior engagement. They'd already bought the tickets. And we went, and we were so glad we did. So thank you both for those tickets. They were second row, smack dab in the middle.
It was a fabulous
Yeah,
seats.
really good. So thanks so much for those.
You.
By the way, I know you're going to talk about other things, but look at all these hats behind us. Did you see all those hats? That's just a smidgen of the hats that you all send me. That's why when you see me out in public, I'm usually wearing a hat, aren't I?
Yeah, he does.
I got a lot of police department hats. I love those. They're really good. So thanks for the caps.
Yeah. So also in entertainment, there's some of these things are just activities and things to do in the villages. So I'm not doing so much about the theaters or the arts, but I'm going to show you some other things you can get involved in. The Richmond Academy has sent out the brochures that you can go check out and get signed up for classes, and they're fabulous classes. This one I think Jerry should do. This is an instructor that teaches Bob Ross painting, so I think he should do that.
I'll put a happy little tree.
Happy little tree.
Right there.
So that's coming up. So go and talk to your, find out when the sign-ups for these are, because that's a great opportunity. And also, the Music Lovers Showcase is coming up on September the 26th and 27th, and fun times to see all kinds of bands coming. That's at the Savannah Recreation Center.
Yeah, and Wally, hit it, Wally.
Yeah.
Wally Sagita. He's performing with his band Friday morning at 10:30. So if you want to see the real Wally, he's going to be there.
Right.
And that's at the Savannah Center.
Yes.
Don't forget.
Yes, and also on October 5th in Colony Cottage, Lar Manor, Rohan, and La Hacienda, there's going to be craft shows. Local artists bringing their crafts, so that's going to be fun to go to. And also the 5K of Brownwood, you can register till October 16th, and the actual running date is the 19th.
You don't
It's
have to
a
run, do
5K.
you?
No, I think you can walk. I'm sure there's walking people there.
You get a
too.
T-shirt, don't you?
You probably get a T-shirt, and I think the registration is about $25, and it's $30 on the day. Also, outside of the community are gardens where you can participate in community gardens in Wildwood. So those of you that have green thumbs, that's another opportunity for you to do in the villages or outside of the villages.
Cultivate camaraderie.
Yeah,
That's what it says.
That's right. So there's so many things to do inside and outside of the villages. Oh, another thing happened today. This came in the mail, or actually the newspaper, out in the driveway. This was in the bag, and the newspaper was laying flat inside of it. I love this. Tells all things that happens around the villages. It has restaurants. It has lots of ads. It also tells where you can volunteer. Talks about where you can go to church. It's got so many wonderful things in it. Subscribe to the Daily Sun and you can get this. Anyway, enough.
See that cannon on there?
Yeah.
That's fake.
That's a fake cannon.
That's fake cannon. But it's cool looking.
Spanish Springs. They're celebrating Spanish Springs this
All
year.
right.
And now it's time for Jerry and Linda's shoutouts.
Thanks to all the friends of our channel. We appreciate you all so much. In fact, we're going to start with Mary Arroyo. She asked a question earlier. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. What a good looking family they have. And I wanted to show this because look at that critter they got a picture of. That's an armadillo. We've only seen one of those in the whole time we've been here. Well, one alive. We've seen a few, what they call Texas speed bumps. And one more special shout out. This one is to Joe Highland and Janet McGrath. They were at Camp Lejeune, and we just thought we'd blow their mind. They bumped into our son over there.
Yeah.
The photos that you're seeing up there are from people just like yourself that have sent us pictures. And once in a while, we get the pleasure of meeting you, and you'll get a picture. But we don't have to. You can send one in front of your house. You can send one from where you live when you're a snowbird. You can send one from Kansas City. We don't care. Just send us pictures, and we'll put them in the queue. Mm-hmm. And eventually, they'll end up on our Mailbag Monday. So thank you all so much. And just make sure they're in landscape form if you don't mind. And if you have those Jerry and Linda t-shirts, use those for the pictures. We love to see that. Absolutely. If you don't have one and you want one, and again, if you follow us, you know we don't have a thing to do with that. We don't get a cent, a penny from t-shirts, but they're available at Custom Apparel. That's up on Wedgwood Lane. That's near 466, if you know where that is. And you can order them online and they'll ship it to you. So we'll put that information in our video description.
Be sure to join us on Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock. We'll be going live.
Yep, Jerry and Linda Live. We're going to try to do it every Wednesday at 7. We'd appreciate you joining us. That's going to do it for this edition of
Mailbag Monday.
If you enjoyed our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends, your neighbors, and your relatives. Until next time.
See you when you get here.